is it that she can do the greenhouse method and her hair looks absolutely bomb, and then when I do it, my hair is literally like a mushy, wet mess? Why is it that you have put protein in your hair and your hair looks amazing and it has just the right amount of bounce and moisture still, and mine just looks like a bale of straw? Why is that? Can anyone tell me? Seriously. So welcome back to my channel. In this video we are going to be looking at the moisture and protein balance and why exactly it's important. Of course, we have been on a little bit of a journey here. We have looked at the importance of knowing your porosity and being able to take care of your hair accordingly and its importance for hair growth. Also nourishment and nutrition, which you don't have to sleep on because this really is so key. So, but why is it important to actually maintain moisture and protein? Well, your hair is made of both. Your hair is made of protein and it has some moisture in there as well. So maintaining that balance and keeping it happy and how it's supposed to be when it grew out of your head keeps it elastic, keeps it strong, and you're able to retain moisture. Now, if you're struggling with that, I got you. I absolutely have got you. This video is going to be the 411 on how to maintain your moisture protein balance. Let go. So the Science of Black Hair actually used a really good analogy, which I think is actually perfect for you understanding how this all works. So if you think about pasta, right? If you have overcooked it and if there's too much moisture and water in the pasta, it becomes really mushy and really easy to break. It doesn't hold its form very well and it has absolutely no elasticity. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, if your pasta is not cooked, let's say you've got a really long bit of spaghetti, it's not cooked, and you try and move it, it's gonna break. And that's if you've got too much protein in your hair, that is the effect that it can have because the moisture isn't being housed in balance with the protein, so it's gonna very easily snap. It's super strong, but it has absolutely no elasticity. So your protein normally brings strength and structure to the hair, and your moisture brings that elasticity and that slight bit of bounce and stretch. So dead in the middle, if your pasta's cooked perfectly, it's going to have quite a bit of give, it's going to have some natural elasticity, it's going to stretch but not break, it's going to hold its form nicely, it's not going to be mushy. And that is the same with our hair. And if you've got too much protein, your hair can often feel very stiff, it can often feel very brittle, it can often feel very dry, it can feel straw-like is the way that I would describe it. Oftentimes when people have issues with protein, it takes some time to correct. You can end up with super tangled hair and it's really not a good look. I know I was watching this girl some years ago. I wonder if she still has a YouTube channel, Shalinda, and she had a protein treatment that went wrong and it literally set her back inches. She had to cut inches of her hair off because the tangling was so bad, because the hair was so stiff and she couldn't untangle it. So that can be one of the symptoms. So high amount of tangles, really stiff hair, feeling super dry. So if you're on either end of those spectrums, I'm going to be giving you hopefully a solution to help you out. So if your hair is feeling really dry and really brittle, then I would suggest that you need to get moisture into that hair and you need to balance out that protein. So you want to start with clarifying your hair. You want to remove all the buildup of any residue of protein that's been placed onto the surface of the hair and oils that have been placed onto the surface of the hair. Once that happens, the moisture can actually go into the cuticles because the cuticles can actually be blocked either by a layer of protein or a layer of oil on the top that prevents moisture from actually going in. The next thing you want to do is you want to deep condition with heat. What that does again is it lifts the cuticles of the hair and it allows the moisture to be able to go into your hair. You also want to look for products that have got humectants in them. Humectants are things that actually attract water to them. So if you've got something that's quite high in glycerin as a product, as a deep conditioner, then that's actually going to get into your hair, and it's also going to take the moisture with it. It's going to attract the moisture to where it's at, so your hair is going to hold on to that moisture better. So just thought I'd give you some examples of items that have really been working for giving me moisture. This is the Design Essentials Almond and Avocado Moisturizing and Detangling Conditioner. It's rich in glycerin, which of course is a humectant, and what that does is it binds to the hair and it grabs water and takes it along with it. It also has avocado and almond. Now, avocado is one of those oils that really penetrates deep into the shaft of the hair. It's got a range of fatty acids, vitamins A, D, E, and K, and it's super nourishing. And I love combining this with henna to do a henna gloss. The results are ridiculous. Really amazing. Now, this Rosemary and Mint conditioner was really light going on, and I really wasn't sure that it was going to do anything for my hair, but it really was super moisturizing. And it contains glycerin and jojoba, which is really close to the hair sebum, and aloe vera, which seals down the cuticles of the hair, making sure the moisture that goes in there really stays there. And if you've got wavy textured hair or looser curls, I think that this would be great, and if you've got fine hair as well. You then want to go in with some sort of a leave-in or your curling jelly. I've been using this Design Essentials Defining Cream Gel. It was in my favorites of 2016. I really love this because it's got water as pretty much as first ingredient, then into olive oil and glycerin. It's super moisturizing, and it has great oils, and it also has aloe leaf, which my hair loves as well. So I find this actually works really well for defining my hair. Even though it says it's a gel, it doesn't feel like a gel. It doesn't really act like a gel, apart from the fact that it's got a little bit of a wobble to it. I did mention this product in my last favorites video, and I absolutely love it. It smells like custard vanilla icing. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I've had it for some time, and even though I feel like I'm applying loads of product, I'm really surprised at how much I still have in there. So I have absolutely been loving this Defining Cream Gel. Finally, you want to seal with an oil. You may choose to use a light oil like argan oil if you have low porosity hair, or you might want to use something that's a little bit heavier like almond oil or coconut oil if you've got medium to high porosity hair. So those would be my tips. You want to make sure that you go through all of those steps to correct an excess of protein. If you have got like some serious protein overload, then I would say stay away from any kind of protein whatsoever, and just focus on nourishing your hair with things like honey and glycerin. Products that are high in honey and glycerin are very good for that. So you want to use hydrolyzed proteins. Collagen is an excellent one to use. Collagen, of course, is renowned for giving elasticity to your hair. So it's a great protein to incorporate because it works well with the moisture in your hair. It's like not too much of an overload. It's a nice gradual thing to kind of include, and it gives elasticity whilst making your hair super strong. Also, another really good one to do is to use hydrolyzed wheat protein. Wheat is often associated with wheat germ, which is where we actually get our vitamin E from. So that is actually a really moisturizing protein. Like, believe it or not, there are moisturizing proteins. That's a really good one to look out for. Also, silk amino acids are fantastic. Also, hydrolyzed silk is fantastic. What that does is it actually imparts strength while at the same time softening your hair. So you're again reintroducing that protein, but you're not taking your hair from being mushy to being all the way stiff. So that's a good look, right? What else? Soy protein, milk protein, keratin, collagen, all of that must be hydrolyzed in its hydrolyzed form in whatever product you decide that you're going to use if it's going to make it into your hair. Vegetable proteins that are hydrolyzed also tend to be very easily absorbed. So if you are really struggling, that's a good one to start with. If you can find a product that's got one or two of those in, preferably two at least, if you are really suffering from an overload of protein and not enough if you're really suffering from an overload of moisture and not enough protein, those would be really, really good ones to go for, because they're not just like going ham in the opposite direction. You're gradually introducing protein. So if you've been on my channel for a minute, like literally for more than a year and a half now, I have been talking about this Quinoa and Bamboo line from Design Essentials. And what I love about this is that it contains biotin, and everyone knows that it promotes strong and healthy hair. It's basically vitamin B, a soluble version. And it also contains bamboo extract, which is 70% natural silica and 10 times more potent than horsetail for strengthening the hair and nourishing the hair. So that's what this whole line is made of. The first thing that you use is a shampoo, and then you go in with the strengthening mask, and I'm really happy to say that this has water as its first ingredient, but then it's got all of those hydrolyzed proteins that are amazing. And you know what? I actually discovered when I was looking at the ingredients closely that it contained henna, and everything made sense about why this was so strengthening and so nourishing for my hair and so instant in its potency. It was like a henna tea, but without changing my hair color. So I really, really loved that. Also, then the last thing that you would apply is the leave-in. Now, you're not supposed to rinse this out, but whenever I apply it, I always go in and then I follow it up with a moisturizing leave-in conditioner on top. So this has got the horsetail and it's packing that hydrolyzed silk, and of course that henna, which my hair loves. And it's a great heat protectant as well, which makes sense because heat depletes the hair of protein, and this is just stocking the hair back up with protein. So yeah. So if you straighten your hair often, if you apply heat often, if you've got chemically treated hair, so if it's like relaxed or if it's colored, then you are going to actually need to put more protein into your hair. It tends to be that if you treat your hair chemically, etc., that your hair depletes of protein. It affects the protein chain, it affects the protein bonds, and so your hair needs a lot more support and almost like filling in with protein because it's actually being depleted by these processes. That's why a lot of the time when people straighten their hair too often, they can actually end up with heat damage. That's because the hydrogen bonds in the protein are being damaged, okay? So it really does deplete the protein in your hair if you are treating it with heat all too often. So again, a good look would be to use a glass, would be to use any of the aforementioned proteins. So if you found this video to be at all useful, please do give this a thumbs up. It means a lot. It means the most to me. Like seriously, it allows more people to be reached with this information. And you know, if somebody needs this information, get it into their hands. Also, things have changed on YouTube and it's become a lot more important for people to hit that thumbs up. So if you liked it, then don't be shy, hit it. Also hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss another video. I've got some henna gloss videos coming at you. I have got some makeup videos coming at you. I have got some collaborations coming at you. So don't miss it, just hit that subscribe button. Come on, just do it. It makes me happy. Thank you. See you in the next one.
It's your happy day, it's your wedding day, make we celebrate.